What is up, guys? It is Bryan here. Today, going to be talking about the San Francisco 49ers and the current state of the offense post-draft, post-free agency, and currently it's the offseason right now, so it's pretty dead, but I'm going to be talking about the current state of it right now. I know training camp hasn't happened yet, but never too early to talk about the 49ers, and currently the offense, if I had to give an evaluation right now, I would give it pretty average. I don't think it's going to be a great offense, but I think it's not going to be a terrible offense like last year. Last year was just absolutely terrible. They were pretty much ranked last in every single category, from points to yards to everything, except rushing. They were actually pretty good in rushing, surprisingly. That was the only good plus that the 49ers had, which is Carlos Hyde, but Carlos Hyde got injured near the end of the season, so that was pretty unfortunate. So hopefully he can get well for the 2017 season, but his job might be in jeopardy just a little bit with the drafting of Joe Williams in the 4th round this year. And we know Kyle Shanahan and Bobby Turner's history with running backs. Oh man, it's just been fantastic. Kyle Shanahan in Washington with Alfred Morris, in Atlanta with Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman. Bobby Turner, we just know his history with running backs as a running backs coach for the 49ers. It's just been amazing so far, so I'm not really worried about the running game as much. I think with Carlos Hyde and Joe Williams, I think they could be splitting time more, in my opinion. I don't think Joe Williams or Carlos Hyde is going to be the dominant back. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but we shall see. But Carlos Hyde ran mostly spread offenses during most of his career with the 49ers and in Ohio State as well, so we'll see how he can adapt to a pro-style offense. But I think he'll flourish enough to do well because he averaged 4.6 yards in the spread offense, and I think he can do some work with Kyle Shanahan and Bobby Turner's offense and what have you. And Joe Williams, he should be able to do well with Bobby Turner and Kyle Shanahan's guidance. I think those two would be sharing a little bit, but if there's a dominant back during the middle of the season, they'll just go with them at the go-to running back. I'm really excited with the running back position so far, so if I had to give a A+ in something, I would give it to the running back position because I'm not really worried about that at all. But I am worried about just about the playmakers a little bit on wideout and quarterback as well. I think we all know the wide receivers. We got some targets, I guess you can say. We got Pierre Garcon, not too bad. I mean, he knows Kyle Shanahan's offense as well. There's some familiarity with it. And the tight end position, it's kind of iffy at best because Vance McDonald, I mean, he's okay, but he's not the tight end that we all expected when he got drafted by the 49ers a couple of years ago when he came out of Rice. And I was hoping he could be a complement piece to Vernon Davis or Garrett Selleck or Blake Bell or something like that, but the running back position is pretty iffy, so hopefully Kyle Shanahan can do some work with that as well. The quarterback position, Brian Hoyer, Matt Barkley, I don't know if it's anything to brag about, but we shall see. And they drafted a guy from Iowa as well, the CJ guy, I think that's his name. If Brian Hoyer, Matt Barkley, or whoever doesn't do well, maybe CJ can get inserted to the starting lineup, but I don't think CJ is going to be the long-term starter for the 49ers. I think Kyle Shanahan will be looking more into quarterbacks, maybe in the 2018 draft, free agency or what have you. I'm not sure for next year, but right now I think they're just going to be sticking to either of those three, Brian Hoyer, Matt Barkley, or CJ, so we'll see them. But offensive line's looking pretty okay. It's nothing too crazy to be excited about. It's not as good as New England's offensive line, but it's not terrible like Indianapolis. Indianapolis has a very terrible offensive line. Oh, Andrew Luck, he's been having a run for most of his career, so I feel kind of bad for him, but hopefully they could pan out as well. I think the offensive line is going to be a very pivotal point. I think everyone knows you have an offensive line, then you could do some work in the NFL or in football in general, and if you have no offensive line like the Indianapolis Colts, it doesn't really work well for the quarterback. I don't care what kind of quarterback you have, except if you're Tom Brady, I guess, but other than that, any quarterback would struggle with a terrible offensive line, and hopefully the 49ers offensive line can do some work. And I'm pretty confident with Joe Staley leading the offensive tackle position because Joe Staley is one of the best in the NFL, and I do not mind having him, even though he is getting a little bit up there in age, but I trust that he can do some work and help the 49ers offensive line do some work with Kyle Shanahan's new offense. Looking pretty excited a little bit for the long term. Hopefully it can work well this season, but I'm not really expecting anything too crazy from the offense. I think with Kyle Shanahan's guidance, I think they can go maybe rank 20 to 25 this year, which is an improvement because he doesn't have the biggest talented roster, but at the same time, I think with his coaching and his philosophy, I think they could go at least top 20, maybe top 25 at best, in my opinion. And if they go top 10, I'll be very, very surprised. I'll be pleasantly surprised if they could do that, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think they'll go rank 20 to 25. They won't be last in offense because that would be very, very disappointing if they went last in offense because this is Kyle Shanahan's specialty. He knows offense in and out, and hopefully he can do some work with the offense. And if it does get to the top 20, I wouldn't be disappointed at all. Anything that's not under ranked 25 in points scored, yards, or whatever, preferably points because points wins your game. So hopefully they can get some points on the board this year because we've been struggling for the past couple of years. Even with Jim Harbaugh as the head coach a couple of years ago, they've been struggling on offense for a while now, and hopefully Kyle Shanahan can be the savior of the offense, and hopefully everything can work out for the 49ers offensively. But if I had to give a grade right now for the 49ers, I'd give it probably a B- C+, to be honest with you. Hopefully they can prove me wrong and have a great offense, the best that they can this season, but I'm just going to be waiting for the 2018-2019 season. Hopefully they can turn it all around and have a fantastic offense with Kyle Shanahan as head coach. That's pretty much it. You guys, please let me know, what do you guys think about the offense right now for the 49ers? The roster, talent-wise, everything-wise, predictions for the 2017 season for the 49ers. Let me know in the comments below. And if you guys like this, please like, subscribe, do whatever you want with this, and I will be catching you guys up later. So I hope you guys have a nice day, nice weekend, nice whatever. In the next video, I'll be talking about the defensive side for the San Francisco 49ers, and that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.